Hey, how's it going? MC Seth here, coming at you from the spare room. This time we're talking about Photoshop again, but we're going to be talking about the difference between RGB and CMYK. Now, if you don't know what that means, you will find out in this video, and it's quite important as well, so stay tuned. Right, I'm just going to flick you over to my Photoshop screen. What we have is just a blank document. We're not really doing anything in here. I just wanted to show you something using this document. So the difference between RGB and CMYK is RGB is based on light and CMYK is based on pigment. Now, if you know the primary colors, you'll know they're slightly different. RGB, red, green, blue are the primary colors for light, and red, blue and yellow are the primary colors for pigment. So they're slightly different, and if you're using Photoshop to make something, it's probably in RGB mode. Now, that's not a bother, but just remember, if you're making a sort of dull colored design, then when it comes to printing, all printers use CMYK to print them, and that just means they're different colors: cyan, yellow, magenta, and key, which is black. And basically the difference is when you see light on the screen, it's projected through RGB, which is red, green and blue, just playing their different parts to make that same color. Whereas when ink prints on a piece of paper, it's not the same. Some colors are mixed to create other colors, but what it's going to do is it's going to make things darker. So the difference between the two, the major difference is RGB is based on light and it makes things brighter, and CMYK is darker and it makes things darker. So when you put a piece of plain paper in the printer and it prints on it, it can't make that lighter, so everything that goes on it makes it darker. And that's very important to note. So if you're making a dull looking design or a washed out sort of design, then it's going to come out even more washed out when it comes out the printer. So just make sure you understand that before you're uploading your designs to your print on demand websites, because the time it's going to get into your customer's hand is going to be slightly darker than what it looks like on screen. Now, most of the time this isn't an issue because everybody's sort of well aware of this in their subconscious mind, that they're looking at light when they look at a screen, but they're not looking at light when it comes out of a printer or onto a t-shirt, so to speak. Please ignore the creases in my t-shirt. I don't iron. We're not going anywhere at the minute, so I'm not ironing at the moment. So please ignore that. Yeah, so that's the major difference between CMYK. Now, you can use Photoshop. I'm just going to go up here. If we go into image and mode, you can see that you can choose different color modes, and RGB and CMYK are there. I've probably been pronouncing it CMYK, but it doesn't matter. CMYK or RGB, they're both there, and you can use them both, but you don't need to. Just make sure that when you're making a nice bright design, it's just really bright, because then it's not going to get, you know, dulled down too much when it comes out of a printer at the other end. Usually this is not an issue, but I just wanted to just to make that point to you guys, because I think it's quite important. Anyway, this is not a long video and I'm going to disappear now, so I'll wish you a good day, all right, and I'll see you soon.